Did you guys hear about Target and their Pride collection for kids?
I didn't actually. Apparently, it was a big thing.
It
I
has
actually
been.
went to the designer's IG to see what his other works were, and yeah, he's a little weird.
he has a thing for Satan and children.
Yeah, he's a Satanist. Apparently, there's a designer in there that's doing shit for that. But this was a video that's sort of been going viral. It's been getting around, and let's just watch it and give our thoughts and opinions on this.
So
let me just give a little bit of a. Let me just give a little bit of a heads up here. So I started that with they basically Target copped a lot of backlash, and they said that they were removing it or pushing it to the back of the store. Now, there's been confirmation that a lot of the stores haven't actually removed it. If anything, it's actually right near the front door and right next to the kids section. Not that even matters, because a lot of it is all for like kids' clothing and stuff like that. But again, so let's take a listen.
So I just walked into Target, and the right behind me here, where you see all these lovely swimsuits, that's where the Pride display used to be. And I came in here 2 days ago, and my 7-year-old, who's non-binary, saw it and said, "Look, Mom, it's Pride.
Stop.
Look, they're gonna
stop." What? 7-year-old and non-binary?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I was about to ask.
Mentally ill mum.
I was about to ask the panel, like, when you guys were 7 years old, did you ever like think about your sexual identity, whether or not you were male or female or non-binary in any way, shape, or form?
I wanted Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Back then, it was called being a tomboy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a tomboy for sure.
Me too.
I'm on this one. I just wanted some fucking Yu-Gi-Oh Pokemon card.
Yeah, what the fuck?
You know what? Right now, I want some Yu-Gi-Oh Pokemon
That was literally
cards.
last week from Mosley. He's like, I just want some Yu-Gi-Oh.
Girls are icky. I just want Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Yeah.
To me,
Neil still thinks girls are icky. It's why he likes the dick.
To me, this is a mother that has essentially tailored her child to think about these things and given that identity to her 7-year-old.
Well, the sad thing is, it's actually become like a trend to say you're binary now. So it's like a fidget spinner now. You know what I mean?
It really is.
Everyone's got a fidget spinner.
It is because it's like cool to say you're binary, or it's cool.
Non-binary, you mean?
Non-binary.
All this fucking shit. I don't fucking
know
what's going on. I want Yu-Gi-Oh cards, all right, cunt.
No, you're absolutely right, Mozza.
It's a trend now. Hopefully it fades out, but I mean they're pretty whack ass. So I don't.
But see, this to me, this disgusts me in a way that I don't even know how to explain how I feel about it. It's just that gross to me that a parent would go up to their 5, 6, 7-year-old kid and start to teach them, push a certain identity onto them just because, like Mozza said, it's the new fidget spinner. It literally is. It's the new trend. It's the cool thing to do. Not that it is the cool thing to do, but they like to think that it's the cool thing to do. Trend thing to do, yeah. And
they're all trenders. That's the problem. And like, I'm interested to what 7-year-old apparently said. I'm sure it'll be something completely bullshit that was made up.
Well, in the potential defense of parents, I'm not defending this woman. Have you seen that a lot of cartoons are now, and they're just like, you wouldn't even know. They just sneak it in. Like you're watching, like, I don't know, it was some Transformers cartoon.
Yes,
and the Transformer said that she was non-binary. So there's a ton of crap.
Oh, absolutely. I was at my dad's the other day and we were talking about some of this stuff. And I was like, man, my dad, he was like, so single dad. So it was just me and him growing up, right? And he would let me watch fucking anything, man. I was like 6 years old watching fucking House of 1,000 Corpses, man. You know what I mean? Like, you watch anything. I don't give a fuck. He said to me, he said, I would never as a kid let you watch that Velma show or this new Transformers. You go and watch all your fucking horror movies and stay up for 3 days straight shitting yourself. That's cool. But no way would I let you watch this.
But how are you even going to know now? Because it's just like so normal. Like, what are you going to watch every single episode of everything on Disney now to make sure there's no like random little thing? Because I'm not saying it's like Velma you knew from ahead of time. Like, it's very blatant. But they're sneaking it into a normal random conversation that has nothing to do with the plot.
Yeah,
I think the best thing,
and the other thing too,
it's hard to say, but I think the best thing in that regard, Joe, would be for a parent just go. It is fucking Wacky Races. You know, I got the whole season of Wacky Races downloaded on a USB. I'm just gonna plug it in and press play.
Well, it's like with you remember when they turned Gonzo into a princess, right?
I do remember that. Yeah.
So think about it though. When we were kids, right? Like that was never a thing on those shows. So parents that are sort of our age that have kids now think, oh, I'll put this on. I watched that when I was a kid, and I'll go and do my work while they're distracted by what, you know, the show that I'll put on for them. They're not sitting there actually watching these things, and especially people that aren't in this sphere, or let's say aren't in the culture war, so to speak, don't know about this stuff. They're not really seeing a lot of this stuff. So, you know, even with Transformers, for example, we had Transformers as a kid. A dad goes in, says, oh, I'll put on Transformers for my 7-year-old while I go back into the office and do some work. Chucks Transformers on, and it's telling the kid about them being trans and non-binary and how you've got to be all accepting of that, and, you know, how that means that I might want to fuck a girl or I might want to fuck a guy. It doesn't, on any given day, it might be that. But, you know, you can be that too, kids. Like, that's where the danger falls. And that's where they're smart with how they've done it. Don't get me wrong. Like, these companies and the way that they're actually pushing it has actually been quite smart. It's not good, and I fucking don't support it, but they've done it well. They've infiltrated it really well and put it in the right
off slow,
places.
man. You can't just go full bore at the start.
But also, too, the next thing that this mother says, I'd like to know a 7-year-old that said this. Listen.
Look, Mom, it's Pride. Look, they're going to celebrate me.
They're going to celebrate me.
Why would you put that in your kid's head that the only way that they can feel validated is by a fucking sign in there? It just proves that you're not a parent, that you haven't given your child any sort of support, if that's the only way that they're going to feel like they're being celebrated. Fucking
look, Mum, they're going to celebrate me because I'm a 7-year-old non-binary. Like, what 7-year-old kid says that hasn't been essentially groomed by their own parent to say that? Because that's exactly what's happened.
She imagined this, surely. Surely that 7-year-old didn't say that.
You might be right. This mother could just be making up this whole thing. But it could also be true based on the fact that this is how the mother feels and has actually pushed that on her kid. I just can't believe that a 7-year-old would walk in and go, look, Mum, I'm non-binary and look, they're doing Pride. They're going to celebrate me. I'm proud to be non-binary. Does the kid even know what that means?
I just don't. I think this is just the mum trying to get the fucking
clout.
Instagram, TikTok, whatever the fuck it is.
It's just clout. They do that with like everything nowadays. Even they started harassing J.K. Rowling about this like a week or two ago.
But now listen to the rest of this.
Oh, hold on. Before you go, Grant's got a dip.
Oh, sorry. I haven't been paying attention to the private chat. Grant, thank you for being here, dude. Is there anything that you want to plug?
No, just watch me and Bloods this week as we hunt some thoughts down. We might even find a new section, and we're going to try and implement a new thing where we actually do a proper judging system. Mm-hmm. So we might even have an MVP.
We're working on a rating.
That's cool.
Yeah, so like, you know, a good rating is that, you know, your dad left you when you were 7, sort of thing. Like,
it's
but
like
yeah, we'll work on something. So no, it should be a lot of fun, and looking forward to it.
Nice. Yep. All the links, guys, for everyone's channels are in the description, and I've got to add Joe's in there. Sorry, Joe.
And make sure you sub to the Full Aussie. We're slowly growing. We've gained, I think, 80 this week. So if we can keep that pace up soon.
If we keep that pace up, we can consistently make sure that Skirmitar and Ryan Reaper at least once a month.
At least.
Get their Happy Meals.
Yeah. And thanks to everyone who super chatted.
For sure.
Yeah.
You're all awesome.
All
right, Grant.
Ryan
Go on.
will give you a reach around later. So
don't break it.
See you guys.
Bye, Grant. Bye.
Right, before you go on, you were talking.
Yeah.
Bright mentioned, like the dad leaving you and whatnot. Joe, did you hear this? Have you ever heard the story of how Moz's dad left him?
Mm-mm.
I'll tell it. So you know how like normally like when a dad abandons a child, they go out for like a pack of cigarettes and never come back. So with Mozza, his dad just stood up, looked at him, and said, "I am now abandoning you," and left.
Just left. Huh?
This is a true story.
No.
Yeah.
I'm very gullible. I would have been like, I'm so sorry, Mazza. This explains so much.
Don't apologize to Mozza. He doesn't deserve it.
That actually happened to me once, where someone made up this elaborate thing about how like somebody met in college, her dad left her and like the other siblings, and there's like 5 kids, right? And I was like, oh my god, what a horrible dad, and it was fake.
No.
So, you never know these days.
Yeah.
If I was in college or university and a girl came up to me and said that her dad left her, I would be on that so fucking quick.
Thanks for sharing.
Moving right along. Let's listen to the rest of this
Shouldn't have
garbage.
told class that.
And because some people complained and threw some stuff to the ground, or I don't know what happened, they have moved to the pride section.
What?
Fake tears. This is like
Yeah.
Did you see that little like face scrunching she did? Like
Yeah.
She looks like she's gonna drop a fart.
She's trying to push the tears out. She's trying to push the tears out.
The
Someone said it
Australians
in the
will.
chat. Someone said in the chat
Australians-
she's an actress.
Yeah.
The shit one. The Australians would get this reference. Fucking
the way.
David Warner did a better job at fake crying than her.
True.
Jesus. All right.
No, but
then.
she really is. She was in the Twilight saga.
Oh, was she?
Yeah.
Who
Are
is
you
she?
serious?
Oh, she's
Yeah, she's Victoria.
isn't she?
Yeah, it's Victoria.
I never watched it.
No
Oh,
shit.
wow.
No
Okay.
wonder she's fucking pushing this shit. She's one of those.
She
Yeah,
can't
one
act,
of
though.
those.
Like that, nobody could act. I watched freaking Twilight for the very first time when I was 25.
Man, what's
I've
that
never seen it.
that chick's name in Twilight?
Bella?
Nah, the real name.
Oh, Kristen
Kristen
Stewart?
Stewart.
Kristen, whatever her
Kristen
name
Stewart. If they were ever going to gender swap Michael Myers, I vote
Oh.
her because that bitch shows no emotion, man. She'd be perfect to play Michael Myers.
I thought it was Jennifer Lawrence.
Jennifer
No.
Lawrence.
Wasn't she the first of everything?
I'm just saying, if Jennifer Lawrence wanted to try and break my dick,
You'd let her try. All right.
He put
To
the
the
pick
back
at
of
the
the
end.
store. So the next time my 7-year-old comes to Target, or rather, I can't bring them here anymore, at least for the entire month
Okay.
of June.
Can't bring them, but just for the month of June.
Can't go to Target. The end
Can't
of the
go
world
to
is near.
Target. Got to go back to Big W.
go back to
Gotta go to Kmart. We're going to
Yeah, go to
Kmart now.
Well,
This is
in this
Kmart.
family, we shop at Big W now. Shut the fuck up. Oh,
Because if
my
they walk
God.
in, and all the other people who walk in and go, where'd it go? Are going to realize that they are being successful in trying to erase them.
My-
She's a fucking moron. What a
She
dumb
has not
bitch.
aged well from what she was like in Twilight.
she looks
It's
like a
all the
fucking
hippy
crack
dippy shit
whore.
she's probably taking.
Crack. What did you say, Mother?
She's on some mushrooms, man.
Listen, I'll say this again. And this is the most wisdom I can ever give on anyone, and this is going to take you years to understand. You don't have to be a crack whore in order to be crack whore. This
Yeah.
woman is not a crack whore. This woman is crack whore.
Crack whore.
Crack whore.
Yeah.
There's a difference in
Correct.
those things. A big difference.
Straight munted. Yep.
Stay munted, yes. Munted hoe.
We could do so much better than this. We're not supposed to negotiate with the terrorists.
Wow.
Could there be any more dramatic?
If this bitch was in a car, she would win automatically.
Yeah.
From that line, just from that line alone.
We do not negotiate with
We do
terrorists. I
not
think she was doing
negotiate with
auditions.
terrorists. Oh man. Like
Yeah,
this
she was
went from
auditioning for a role, 100%.
this just though went from bad to worse. From talking about her 7-year-old non-binary saying, "Look, mum, they're representing me" or whatever it fucking was, to like we don't
Fighting
negotiate
terrorists.
with terrorists.
Like a 7-year-old being like, where did they put it? Where'd they put it? No, a 7-year-old says, what the fuck? Last time we were here, the Yu-Gi-Oh cards were here. Where did they move them?
Yeah, where's the toy section? Fucking no.
Is there any more to this? There's a couple of seconds. Hold on.
We can do so much better than this.
Oh, that's it.
You need that. That was the meme. Man,
She
this is a
was trying to
Wendy's.
audition from like for some movie or Marvel or something. We do not negotiate with terrorists.